Good morning, audio update of the U.S. stock market. I'll skip the video this morning, perhaps this day. We'll take another look tomorrow whether we need to do a video update. But this is on the U.S. stock market. Welcome to Critical Point Podcast. It is 7:58 Eastern Time, November 16th. And what we have is overnight there was news of yet another virus vaccine with 94.5% effective rate or efficacy, and of course the market is up. Now the market was supposed to be up anyways because it was in a level 4 uptrend. So the model this morning is saying a level 4 top is due, and a bottom is due anywhere now into early tomorrow, ideally late today into the overnight market. So there's a little more, there's like 60-65% chance today can be a down day. But with this vaccine news and with nothing else going on for the economy, earnings, nothing going on in the political side, we're kind of like stuck in a rut here. I just don't know what to make of it, because it feels like, unlike individual stocks and commodities, when you need to continue to support the bull, feed the bull, in the stock market, it's kind of like you can have no news and their attitude is, well, then buy. When in doubt, buy. Whereas like everything else, it's when in doubt, sell. Okay. Bottom line here is it just feels like there is a level 4 pullback. I can't tell you how much they're going to run it up this morning. We need to see the day session. There'll be a gap up that's going to have to be filled. It may be minor. Maybe they may not care. But I think by tomorrow we will wake up that, hey, we got some kind of a little dip, and it may be so minor it doesn't matter. Now, zooming out to the next larger trend, the level 3, I think it bottomed last Friday. You could even argue Thursday, but I think it was Friday. And so missed any kind of an aggressive call there, but I believe I mentioned it could occur. And unfortunately, it's just one of those momentum things where we had to wait on the evidence. We just couldn't see the evidence that they were going to buy. We had to wait and see someone buy first. Now the question is, was there a level 3 top last Monday? Because if so, the trend is probably up through this week. It probably will not top till next week. So it could be a bullish week. The model, however, as of this morning, is preferring that the Monday high was not a level 3 top, and it was way too emotional. They got way carried away, just as they sold way too hard going into the election, and they bought way too hard aggressively coming out of the election. At least that is a vote, a thumbs up for Biden. Although keep in mind, some of those Wall Streeters were pleased that the Democrats didn't win in Congress, so there was a couple other thumbs up and thumbs down there. At any rate, it looks like to me the true level 3 could very well top today with this level 4. Okay. Now we can allow all of this week, but shouldn't allow any later, because if it is up next week, we know it's going to be the other scenario when Monday was the level 3 high. Of course, that'll be way too late to be any use here of trading and trying to even manage and follow short term to long term. So let's say it tops today or it tops this week. What would be the scenario? Well, because the level 3 low would be so close to the level 3 top, specifically if it topped today, this means we've got a flip of the characteristic of these level 3 trends when maybe it spends 90% of its cyclical trend as going down. This means instead of going down for just 2 to 3 days, which would be the normal occurrence within larger uptrends, it can actually go down to 5, 7, 10 days. Not necessarily consecutively, but can go down. I think this sends a message the market should still pull back for our level 2 bottom over the next couple weeks, but I'm concerned that pullback is going to be very limited, that there's not much downside. It's as if all the selling that was to occur now into Thanksgiving on into early December, and I shouldn't say all of it, but most of it, much of it, actually occurred going into the election. Okay, so it was kind of distorted, ahead of schedule, variety of players doing things they wouldn't normally do, and it all came down to just basically managing money and irrational short-term speculation over the election, okay? Because after all, the world wasn't going to fall apart on election, but the way they sold it sure looked that way, okay? So lots of irrationality there. I often say when the market makes a mistake, or even people and even myself, seems like mistakes come in twos. And it's almost like they made a mistake of selling it too hard and that disrupts it so that it's going to be a mistake. They won't sell it hard enough in the next week or two. So what I'm saying is we may very well be in an uptrend for the next 3, 4, 5 months here. This level 1 top isn't going to work that well. This level 3 top isn't going to work that well. There won't be much of a decline into that level 2 bottom. And there probably isn't going to be much coming out of the election thing that eventually Trump is just going to leave. He's going to pack his bags and walk out the door. And we're not going to get that much, even though I think there's some evidence the economy is rolling over because of the virus and, of course, any scares linked to the virus. And the virus is still surging, and the model is still very much on track. I'm so proud of it. I wish more people were following me. I've seen some people all over the world finding some of my articles, and they don't comment, they don't like, but you can just see I got a whole list of where they're coming from different countries, and just wish I could get recognized for it, but chances are not well enough known. However, the model is saying that this up wave can end the week of November 20th to the week of December 18th. I know that's a very wide range, and I think we'll get some kind of setback in Thanksgiving as people hunker down, stay away, at least stay away from the doctor, even if they're out and about and doing things, which probably means there's going to be another jump in cases after Thanksgiving, and we just don't know. Does the more significant high come ahead of Thanksgiving, at Thanksgiving, a little later? It's kind of like the markets. You've got a range to work with. But it is high enough to really be a concern here for the market, yet I would say it's shrugging off quite well. It's pretty much still convinced one way or another we'll beat the virus someday, therefore focus long term, and the long term is bullish for the stock market. Truly believe that still. All right, at any rate, I think I've said enough this morning. The whole idea of audio is to be a little more brief. My best forecast is this market's pulling back in the next couple of weeks, that there's limited upside time and price-wise here. I think this is a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, and I think at some point this virus vaccine news, even though it's always excited the market, you can see it kind of comes and goes of how seriously they take it. They will take it more seriously in the future in that we're going to make it. But at the same time, helping people, the maximum effect of helping people probably won't be till April. So it's kind of like you're getting excited over nothing, really. So my guess is this is day trading, and now we just have to see they put it up. So now they've already caught the day session trader off guard, but that happens every day anyways, because future markets run the show, therefore the overnight market runs the show. We'll just have to see, do they reject that and follow through it. My guess is the market's going to have a negative reversal today, or at least some kind of hesitation here. And then we'll just have to see how the week develops, but I'm favoring a little more of the downside than up, but I want to remind you, we are in a bull market. I don't know how well this is going to work. I think we still have disruptions that were caused back in going into the election, okay? Foreign markets, I think, look very strong. I think the world is trying to shrug this off, but Europe has some serious issues, and they are going through some lockdowns. And I think any kind of lockdown can hurt the economies and can hurt the stock market more than all the other political virus type speculation. Okay, manage your risk relative to analysis of others, and we'll see where we go today. But yes, the overnight swing is up, but I think by the end of the day on into tomorrow, we'll find a little bit of setback in the stock market. Thank you.